Hello everyone, we are Team Minimate and my name is Shinhyuk Kong.
My name is Junyoung Im. My name is Jungmin Lee.
And today we want to talk about game addiction of teenagers. First, I will tell about the current status and the environmental factors of game addiction. And Junyoung will talk about the first factor, which is PC balance and solution. And Jungmin will talk about the second factor, which is poor education and solution. And we will have a conclusion section. About the game addiction, recently there was a TV show which is 백분 토론 in English, 100-minute debate. There was an issue about whether game addiction is a disease or not, and as you can see, he is a game creator who play games, and she is a head chief of the parents. So they argued about whether game addiction is a disease or not. So actually, gaming addiction became a disease by the WHO, which is World Health Organization, which is very recent. And the specific information is in the right, but as you can see, you can't see it very well, so I will tell you. It is about when we state as a disease, the person should think game as a priority of life for more than 12 months. So it is slightly very strict as becoming a disease, but this is not the point. And the point is, so we want to talk about not if game addiction is a disease. We want to talk about whether teenagers are in a gaming addiction or not. So this is a percentage graph of our teenagers' game addiction. As you can see, this red one is the proper use. So you can see this not red one is about game addiction, which is over proper use. As you can see, over 90% of teenagers play games more than normal proper usage. So the people blame companies of making gaming addiction because they say that the game companies make addicting games to children. But how about how about teenagers who are not in gaming addiction? How can they explain about that? So I think this is not the case. So we state that gaming addiction is an environmental problem, and as you can see, his name is A.D. Jeffy, PhD, and he once came on the TED Talk about something. So there are 6 environmental problems, and today we want to talk about the cultural problems and the solution to the cultural problems. And one of this is PC bang, and Junyoung will talk about it.
Now I'm going to talk about why PC bang is a critical problem to Korean teens' gaming addiction. Korea has a special and unique culture of gaming. It has so many PC bang, and it has a huge gaming industry compared to other countries. And because of this unique culture, Korean teens are used to more likely to get approached to a game, and because there are so many PC bang in Korea, Korean teens are more likely to go PC bang and play games, which lead to Korean teenagers' gaming addiction. Our groups are going to focus on PC bang, and PC bang has 3 main reasons why it is critical to Korean teenagers' gaming addiction. The 3 main reasons is cheap price, high accessibility, and its anonymity. As you can see in this photo, PC bang has a very cheap price. Most of the PC bang has 1,000 won per 1 hour. Because many students don't have much money, they can go to PC bang for a cheap entertainment. And as you can see in this photo, there are about 2,000 PC방 in Seoul, looks like this, and 200 PC방 in Hwanabe. Because there are so many PC방 in Korea, teenagers can go to PC방 with just holding 1,000 or 2,000 won there. Also, PC방 is in almost every block, and no matter the area is residential area or around school or around after-school academies, PC방 is located in almost every block. And that is the problem of PC방. And the last problem of PC방 is that, next like this, is that if the teenagers who go to PC방 want to hide the fact that they play games in PC방, could cover it up, because it is so easy to make a PC방 account, and parents has no way to know if their kids go to PC방. When you make a PC방 account, you don't need any authentication like verifying yourself, such as you can just type in your fake name, fake age, and fake phone number or fake address. So you can make a PC방 account very easily. And if parents want to know if their kids go to PC방 and play game, the only way is to either track their phone or go out and find every PC방 near their house. So this is three main problems of PC방, and now our team had thought of, if we solve these three problems of PC방, we can reduce teenagers from going to PC. Next slide, please. So, as I stated before, there are three problems of PC방: cheap prices, high accessibility, and anonymity. But about high accessibility, we can still regulate PC방 to if someone build a PC방, like districting this one not near the residential area or kind of like that. But it is impossible to close down the PC방 is already existing. So we are going to focus on the cheap price and the anonymity of PC방. For cheap price, the most simple way is to make the price more expensive. But if we make the price expensive, some people who might think it's too expensive to play game in PC방, so the income of PC방 will decrease. So it will give a negative effect to PC방 owners. So the key point is to find a perfect price that fits both conditions, which is the price should feel expensive to teenagers, but not to the grown-ups. And also, we should make much harder to make a PC방 account, like verifying ourselves by phone number or email address. And if teenagers log into PC방, PC방 should send a message to their parents to let parents know their child are studying or playing games in PC방. So this is our solution about PC방. And now Jungmin is going to talk about their concept.
I will tell you that the second factor is game audition problem. I think the poor education for proper game usage is the another problem. Yes. Yes. Present Korea, there are some regular subjects to try to deal with the proper game usage. So, for example, the morality subject in the elementary school try to deal with this proper game usage. But this subject mainly focus on the usage of internet and the effect of internet to the real world. Like, students think about fake news like that. So they can't mainly think about the game usage and game activity. So it's not effective to proper game usage. And the second one is some extracurricular programs. You have, like your experience, there are many videos and reading materials about alarming the game auditions. And showing the kind of videos and giving the kind of reading materials are some kind of extracurricular programs, but those programs are making students very passive. So that's also ineffective. Last one is consulting program. Yes, there are consulting programs to help to overcome the game audition, but it helps to overcome the game audition for students who already addicted by a game, not students who can be addicted by game. So it can't prevent the game addiction. So there are many problems in Korea education. So I want to introduce the solution as game literacy education. As game literacy education, yes, game literacy is the ability to translate and receive the information at the game and the communicate and express oneself creatively by the game. So, in short, game literacy education is the education about proper game usage. And there are many programs in game literacy education, and I focus on the education about to improve the ability to play a game, because the game addiction is the problem of the lose of control to play a game. So that example is reflection program. It's the idea of missing link. Yes, the professor of ethics education, and this is writing biographies about one's game life. So he can realize the changes of emotion and behaviors and ability to perceive when they are playing a game. And there are another program. It's observation program, and two students make a couple, and two students observe their other friends' game life and share the observation records, so they can realize how they are seen while they are playing, so they can reflect their game life effectively. In conclusion, the kind of game literacy program should be included in regular class in Korean school. So, yes, in summary, our group introduced the game addiction of teenage as a huge problem of Korea, and we introduced the first factor as PC ban and suggest solution as binding price floor to PC ban fee and some strengthening also authentication system of PC ban. And second factor was poor education, and the solution was to implementing the game literacy education. This is end, and we hope that you become concerned about this problem and the solutions. Thank you for listening. Yes. Yes, and each discussion session. Yes, first is Hina.
is the discussion time. And the first question is, have you or